Welcome to the JTV Caribbean News. I am Sean Rose. St. Lucia has slapped a temporary ban on the importation of all poultry and poultry products from the United Kingdom as a result of an outbreak of bird flu there. St. Lucia buys over £250,000 of chicken annually from the United Kingdom at a cheaper price than imports from the United States. However, one poultry processing plant owner in St. Lucia is calling the incident a blessing in disguise. He says it should be viewed as a wake-up call to the Ministry of Agriculture to give local poultry farmers greater market share. Lovely St. Amy Joseph has this report from HTS News Force.
In light of the ban on poultry from the United Kingdom, Managing Director of Highland Poultry, Fleming James, is calling on the Ministry of Agriculture to take this step to increase the local market share for St. Lucian poultry farmers. Local poultry farmers are charged with supplying 25% of the local market for chicken. They have been clamoring for greater market share to grow the local industry, but James says they have been met with resistance. He asserts that the quality of local chicken surpasses imported chicken. He wants to see a greater thrust towards self-sufficiency in the poultry market.
Well, we have 25%. We have requested an increase to 40%. And they are very reluctant in doing it. They're saying about now they're being pressured by the WTO, saying that if they increase the quota for us, that America will not give us aid. I don't understand why America has to talk about where we're talking about feeding our country, right? We keep on talking about food security and self-sufficiency in what we consume, and that is the answers that we are getting.
Acting Chief Veterinary Officer Dr. Aurea Kingsnack says unfortunately for consumers, there is a heavy reliance on the UK for the importation of chicken wings. She says the ban will have an impact on the availability of this product.
So most of the chicken wings that you find in the supermarket is coming from the UK. So as a result, for the season you may find that there might not be a large amount or a large supply of chicken wings on the market. So yes, it would affect the availability of at least chicken wings on the shelf for the season.
The ministry has indicated that importation restrictions are part of quarantine measures aimed at preventing the entry of the avian influenza virus into St. Lucia and will remain in effect until further notice. Dr. Kingsnack says weekly reports are being received from the OIE and the UK to guide any action by the Ministry of Agriculture.
So as we get the weekly reports, then we will be able to make more informed decisions. As of now, we cannot tell you how long the ban will be on for, but we are doing our weekly monitoring to see what the situation is, and thereafter we'll make decisions as to what's the next step.
Fleming James says it will be difficult for local poultry farmers to meet demand on such short notice, given that the quota of the market has traditionally been small. However, he says in a country which has a high consumption rate of chicken, rivaling that of the US on a per capita basis, it is essential that St. Lucia take on the challenge of growing the poultry industry. The ball, he says, is now in the ministry's court. Lovely St. Amy Joseph, HTS News Force.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Agriculture in neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines also imposed a similar temporary ban on all poultry products from the United Kingdom. The government of Antigua and Barbuda has announced that citizens of protocol member states of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS Economic Union, are no longer required to apply for a work permit to be employed in that country. Furthermore, current work permit holders will not be required to make applications for renewals of their work permits. Free movement of OECS citizens became fully mobilized among member states of the OECS Economic Union last month, following the implementation of arrangements by St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda to give full effect to the free movement regime. This allows OECS citizens to travel seamlessly with a valid national picture ID throughout the participating member states of the OECS Economic Union: Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The free movement of OECS citizens is declared by many as the most fundamental component of the OECS Economic Union. Jamaica's Minister of Tourism and Entertainment, Damian Crawford, says that Jamaica could soon be hosting one of the world's biggest music festivals and possibly a reggae Woodstock. Crawford said he has already had discussions with promoters of the world-famous Woodstock Festival, and if things go according to plan, the event could be staged in Jamaica soon. Crawford said if the discussions are positive, he will be pushing to get private sector support instead of having the government being engaged in the planning, promotion, and staging of the festival. The Woodstock Festival, or simply Woodstock, is a music festival billed as an Aquarian exposition, 3 days of peace and music. It is held at Max Yasgur's Dairy Farm in the Catskills, New York, from August 15th to 18th every year. The festival is widely regarded as a pivotal moment in popular music history, with groups such as the Rolling Stones among those to have performed. Telecommunications company Digicel has been found to be in breach of the principle of internet neutrality as a result of its move to restrict over-the-top services, in particular Viber, to residents across the Caribbean. The Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority accused Digicel of the violation during the just-ended 16th Consultative Forum of Representatives of the 5 National Telecommunications Regulatory Commissions. Digicel recently announced its intention to restrict the use of OTT services, particularly Viber, indicating that it disapproves of Viber's use of its network to deliver internet telephony to Digicel customers at no cost, and that its efforts at securing a commercial contract with Viber for use of its network had failed. According to ECTEL, the issue revolves around the commercial agreement between Digicel and the provider of OTT services. Therefore, it will not be drawn into the private commercial dispute. The Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority noted that the intention of restricting incoming communications by Digicel amounts to interception, which cannot be justified. It says Digicel must therefore be transparent in its terms and conditions, so that subscribers are fully aware of what they are signing up to. And finally, in this week's Caribbean news segment, St. Kitts and Nevis has opened what is believed to be the largest greenhouse in the Caribbean. The 24-meter-tall, 14,000 square foot greenhouse is part of the long-anticipated St. Kitts Eco Park, which is a cooperation project between the governments of St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwan. The Eco Park has a host of local plants, herbs and flowers, and an array of tropical fruit trees. It incorporates the successful integration of tourism, agriculture, and renewable energy, the St. Kitts and Nevis government said in a statement. The project was inspired after a visit by St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas to a similar facility in Taiwan in 2008. Taiwan will also assist St. Kitts and Nevis in building 2 additional solar farms. The country's existing solar farm is located at Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport and produces 750 kilowatts of energy. The next solar farm will produce 500 kilowatts and the third would produce 1 megawatt of energy. That's it for this week's Caribbean news segment. I am Sean Rose.
And coming up next on JTV News. 2010 census shows that BVI residents have little confidence in the quality of pipe water. Cedar International and Brigada Flax win the first round of debates. Premier Smith drives for a more unified BVI, urging the various nationalities to share Christmas traditions and customs once again. And Sophie B has a hot trends in online shopping locally.